Hey classmates, this is Ashley and we are back for more library history. Before we jump into our conversation today on the National Library and the London Library, I would like to send a big shout out to Richard D. Alltech for his The English Common Reader, which provided most of the information in this video series. So let's begin on our conversation today with the National Library of Britain. During this time, the National Library was a single room in the British National Museum. This room was lovingly called the Reading Room. Like our earlier video on public libraries, the Reading Room had some major difficulties with public access. Prior to the direction of Antonio Pizzazzi in 1856, it was impossible to get in without knowing a member of the Parliament, a judge, or another one of the members that were already a part of the Reading Room elite. While I could make a whole separate video on Antonio Pizzazzi and his effects on library design, his changes to the room's layout, the disbandment of the Reading Room elite, and the enforcement of the copyright restrictions for the National Library made the Reading Room the most popular library in Britain at this time. This attracted all sorts of people, including the lunatic that blew his nose every hour on the hour. As popular as the National Library became, it was still a single room, and thus it was tiny and overcrowded, so much so that public outrage began to build, and eventually a whole new library was created. That brings us to the London Library, which began in 1841 in reaction to the overcrowding in the National Library. Though it boasted 470,000 unique written titles, the collection was custom designed for the 4,000 members that were already involved with the library. New members often found it difficult to connect with this collection and were not often asked for their contributions. While the public access battle raged on in the public library system, this was not the only means for people to connect with the books that they loved. We'll discuss the differences in book swapping and book clubs in our next video. Catch you then!